Hello everyone. So quickly today I want to talk about how you can beat the market. It's very difficult. Most people fail. I think the average investor, like 80%, fail. Also the professional fail to beat the market, to be better than the index. For example, the S&P 500. If you take Americans, the average guy does not beat the market. Also the professional fails. So as a lesson of this, people buy index funds because they agree they can beat it. But look now at the situation, how you can beat it. Bill Miller of Lake Mason, he did it for 10 years, for a decade. He was better than the market. He's a value investor. He always goes usually against the stream. He goes against the main trend. And when you look at him now, what is he buying? He buys things that are, for example, below book value, 50%. Financials, for example. And he buys them, and he is a kind of patient with those stocks. And you still find a lot of financial stocks below book value, like the large caps, like I think Citi, Bank of America, are roughly 20% below book value right now. Even 5 years after the financial crisis, it takes a while to build up trust, to stabilize the business. And so you can do that. And Warren Buffett is amazingly good with beating the market. He did it for half a century. For 50 years, he increased his book value of Berkshire Hathaway, what he runs, the company. He went up, he increased the book value 20% average. But the market is going, the S&P going up roughly 10%. So he's 2 times faster than the market. He's amazing. How does he do it? Also, he goes against the stream. Warren Buffett picks up stocks that the masses don't follow that much, or they avoid, or they are not hip, they are not trendy. He buys, for example, oil stocks. Now he bought a huge piece of ExxonMobil, and now everyone is talking about green technology, about solar and wind and so on. So he buys oil, big old oil. That is around for 100 years. What he is doing, he usually buys world market leaders to reduce the risk of a failure. Like Walmart, he owns Exxon, IBM. So Wells Fargo has every 3rd mortgage in the USA, I think, is giving out every 3rd mortgage. So he picks usually world market leaders. American Express, Warren Buffett owns that one. He bought it when it went down 50% roughly in a short time after a scandal. It's way back. It's very long way back. So he buys when it drops, a stock drops or is out of fashion. But he has like this common sense, and you could go and think like, why don't buy a book publisher or Barnes and Noble? Why don't buy a newspaper like New York Times? That is completely out of fashion. It would be also a market leader, Barnes & Noble, maybe in the US, but there's more than common sense, and he wants stability, and he wants to keep it for the long run. I don't know if he would buy it, but this guy's genius. He has like this common sense. I don't know. He has no internal information. He's not like snooping around like the NSA, looking into personal stuff in CEOs' private lives or into the company secrets. He doesn't know. He doesn't need it. He is just common sense. Warren Buffett just looks at the facts, at the balance sheet. He looks at the annual report, and so, but still he goes against the mainstream, against the current. Bill Miller did very well. The value investor, Bill Miller, running the mutual fund, but then he was very good for 10 years, out beating the market. But then when the financial crisis came, and he picked the wrong stuff, and he catched the falling knife, AIG, and I think some banks, and it was a disaster. So it's not just going against the stream, it has to be stable. And I don't know, it's more than just picking that stuff up that is going down. It's very difficult. So overall, I think the average investor is doing very well just picking an index fund. And if you want to pick single stocks, you should really focus on large caps, or even in niche markets on strong and stable companies. I would say they are around for 50 or 100 years and that they're doing very well and they are not over leveraged. You want companies to pay nice dividends, and then you hold them for a while. Or you just pick Berkshire Hathaway. I own some Berkshire Hathaway, not a lot, but I own it. The guy is just amazing. Warren Buffett is just amazing. Okay, that's all for today.